hello. We're talking today why it's time to finally grow a niche yoga business. Why it's time to finally grow a niche yoga business. It's that word again, isn't it? That word niche. How do we feel when we hear that word? Tell me in the comments. How do you feel when you hear the word niche? Indonesia. Hello. Hey Nicole. Hello guys. Hey, happy Friday. Thank you for joining. How do you feel when you hear the word niche? Tell me in the comments. Tell me, how does it make you feel? Because that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about narrowing in on a specific type of student with a specific need. And this is something that so many teachers and business owners in general fear. There's always this kind of resistance that comes up when we talk about niching. Yeah. So Alexia says, I feel French. I feel French. Okay, and she's from Greece. So that says it all. So it can feel a little bit foreign, right? It can feel a bit foreign, a little bit confusing, like a different language. There's a lot of resistance that comes up, and I totally get it, especially when you're just starting out and you want to attract as many students as possible into your community. And it can feel a bit scary, can't it, because to just kind of focus your efforts and your energy on finding a smaller group of students. That can feel a bit scary. That whole idea of excluding people can feel a bit counterproductive. Am I right? Because why would you want to exclude anyone? Why would you want to exclude anyone if they're interested in yoga and they're paying money to come to your class? Well, that's profit, right? And that's a good thing, right? That's what we think, right? So the thing is, it's not exactly like that, because we don't want to be a small fish in a big pond, do we? We don't want to be a small fish in a big pond. And niche marketing, when we're talking about our niche, it's really about being a big fish in a small pond, okay? And in that small pond, there's less competition, and you can just really focus on, solving the needs and addressing the problems of a specific type of student with a specific need. And the goal here, when we're building relationships with our community, with our students, the goal is to add value, isn't it? The goal is to add value to those relationships so that we can build trust. And it's so much easier to do that, so much easier to add value and build trust if you're really familiar with your ideal student and you really understand what their pain points are and what their challenges are and what their desires are. Where do they want to be? What's the transformation that they're looking for through this beautiful practice that we know as yoga? So, you need to know all of these things, and you can't be all of the things to all of the people. If you try to do that, you're destined to fail if you go down that route. And a lot of kind of business experts actually believe that that's the number one mistake that new business owners make, is to not niche down enough, to not really narrow in on a specific customer, on a specific type of person with specific characteristics and needs and wants. And when you don't do that, instead, you end up speaking to a massive, unspecific audience, okay? So it becomes very, very general. It becomes very general. And when we're doing that, we are a small fish, aren't we, in this huge pond? So we have a very unspecific audience rather than a fixed group of people who would really best benefit from our offering. Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense? For those of you that are just joining me over on Instagram, say hello, let me know where you're watching from. We're talking about niching today, that buzzword that we all love. And it has kind of become a bit of a buzzword, right? Hey, Adriana. So there's lots of conversations online and on social. You know, lots of business coaches and experts will speak about this. They'll be talking about, you know, how to find your niche. And I want you to be able to do that. I want you to be able to find your niche and really narrow in. And if you might know already, so do share, guys. Make this interactive, like as if we're in the same room right now. Speak to me. Let me know where you're at, and maybe you know already, but perhaps you don't. Okay, because this is something that a lot of teachers struggle with. And before you do the work to start finding your niche, it's really important to first understand what a niche actually is. What is it? And not only that, you know, why is it important? Why is it important to us to have a niche? So that's really what today is about. That's really what today's session is about. Because I want you to feel really confident about this, about diving into this piece of work to kind of niche down in your business and to really tighten your messaging and your offerings. I want you to feel super confident about it. And so this is really about understanding who exactly you're serving and why you're serving those people. Okay. So when you hear people talking about this online, when you hear people talking about, you know, finding your niche or niching down, what they're actually talking about is figuring out a smaller segment of people within a larger market. Okay, so we're all here, we're in the yoga space, we're in the yoga industry. So what is the small segment of people that you can serve within this yoga space? Okay, and this small segment of people have their own unique needs and characteristics. So you're looking at more than just what you're offering. Okay, it's more than just what you're offering. So you might offer pregnancy yoga, but it's actually more than that. You want to dig into the people that you want to be able to serve the most. Like, what are their pain points? You need to understand these things about your people. Like, what does their life experiences look like? And even specifics such as their age and even where they live. So you can kind of think of your niche as being an inch wide and a mile deep. Okay, so if you think about this big space that we're in, you're looking at this smaller segment, and it means that you're talking to a very narrow audience that fits in this specific demographic and description. And this feels scary, right, when we start talking about this. When we start talking about a narrow audience, I know there's alarm bells ringing. But the thing is, when we do this, it helps you to really craft everything that you need to craft for your business. So from your website copy, okay, from your website copy to your social media posts, to the emails that you send out, the messaging that you create that really speaks to exactly who you want to serve. Okay, so it helps you to simplify everything. It helps you to really tighten your messaging and your marketing in a really, really big way. And that's, to be able to do that is magic, guys, because there's a lot going on right now in the online space and in the yoga space. And so there's a lot of messages that we're all receiving all of the time. And so if your message is really, really specific, what it does is it starts to cut through all of that noise and reach the people that it's supposed to reach, okay? So it really does make a lot of sense. And so today I just want you to kind of shift through the mindset blocks that might be holding you back around niching, because I know you will have some, okay? I know we all do. And so I'm not going to share with you today how you're going to go and find your niche. I'm going to share with you what it is and why you need to do it, okay? Because I want you to come away from this today having decided that this is something that you're going to do in your business, okay? So why is it important? Why is it important? Why is it important? Let me ask you a question. Would you rather be good at lots of things? Okay, would you rather be good at lots of things or really good at one thing? Tell me in the comments. Tell me in the comments. Would you rather be good at lots of things, which probably means you're not really good at all of those lots of things? Or do we want to master one thing? Are we a jack of all trades or are we a master of one? Because when we're a jack of all trades, we're a master of none, right? So we want to be a master of one. We want to be a master of one thing. And it means we can become the expert. It means we can become the expert. It means our messaging is focused. It's specific. Okay. And when you're the expert in your space, in the yoga space, okay, because there's a lot of yoga teachers out there, and we'll talk a bit more about that in a moment. But when you're the expert, what happens is you become the go-to person for that one thing. So if you're, a woman who's looking for yoga to support you through the menopause, let's say, you're more likely to hunt out a yoga teacher who really specializes in yoga for menopause. Am I right? Am I right on this? Tell me. And let's say you're a horse rider. So one of my students in one of my programs, she specializes in yoga for horse riders. Okay, so let's say you're a horse rider. You're going to be more drawn to her, aren't you? To that teacher who offers yoga for horse riders, and she's actually a horse rider herself. You're going to be more drawn to her. If you fancy a Thai takeaway, okay, so it's Friday night tonight, maybe you're thinking about getting onto Deliveroo. If you fancy a Thai takeaway, you're not going to order it from the restaurant that serves up Chinese, Japanese, perhaps there's a section on the menu that's got burgers and chips. You're not going to go for that restaurant. You're going to order your Thai food from a Thai restaurant. Yeah? So always think about your own behavior. I always come back to this. I always come back to you thinking about your own behavior. Ask yourself, what would I do? What would I do? And you're going to always buy from the teachers and the companies that have spent the time to create those tailor-made offers for what you want. So this is what, defining a niche can really do for your business. It really helps you to appear more professional, to be more credible than all of the generic and general yoga teachers and yoga businesses. It makes it easier for your students to actually find you and to choose you. Okay, so I think it also helps you to be more efficient with your time and your energy, because otherwise what happens is you're running yourself into the ground, trying to create lots of things for lots of people instead of just focusing on the students who need you the most. Okay. So it's going to make everything a lot easier in the long run. And we're building businesses for the long term, aren't we? This is a sustainable business that we want to build. So not only is it going to position you as an expert, it's going to make your marketing efforts so much less challenging. And we want an easy life, guys. We want an easy life because you're going to know who you're speaking to. When you write your blog post, when you come on to do a live, when you do your social media posts, you know who you're speaking to in your copy. Like, you're going to know their exact pain points, their challenges, how you can help, provide solutions. You know how to interact with them and engage with them in everything that you're creating. Okay, so you're not going to be sitting there racking your brains thinking, what am I saying? What am I saying here? Who am I speaking to? Or who am I trying to help? Because you're not approaching this speaking to the masses. Okay, instead we're approaching this speaking to specific people with specific problems. Okay, so we want to know our students, we want to know them inside out. You want to be asking questions. Okay, you want to be finding out everything that you can about them. Okay, again, I want you to kind of come back to your own behavior, specifically when you are searching for something online. Because when you're looking for something, okay, when you're searching for something, you're looking for the option, aren't you? The option. You're not just looking for any option. We're looking for the option, okay? When you're searching for something online, you're pretty specific about what you're searching for, okay? You're searching for something that's going to solve a problem, and that's going to get you the results that you're looking for. Am I right? Am I right? When you're searching for something on Google, it's pretty specific, isn't it? So if you're trying to be everything for everyone, you're not going to show up in any of those search results, because you're going to be lost in a sea of other yoga teachers who have a general yoga offering and the same message and the same voice, okay? And guys, if you're distracted with something right now, come back to me for a moment, because what I want to say to you right now is really important. You guys listening to me right now, watching this with me right now, you guys are ahead of the curve, right? You are ahead of this game in, you know, with your yoga business. You're ahead of the curve. You have an opportunity to stand out, because most teachers, most yoga teachers out there, and we know there's a lot of them, there's a lot of us, right? Most of them are not doing this. They are doing the same general offering, same come to my yoga class on Wednesday at 6 p.m. It's going to help you feel less stressed. Okay, come and relax, stretch your muscles. You know, it's very wishy-washy general. Yeah. So most people are doing that. So you actually have an opportunity to be like, actually, you know, there's loads of people out there who want to practice yoga. There's even more who are yet to discover it. All I have to do is really connect to what I'm passionate about as a first up, and start looking for the people who are also really connected and resonate with that thing, okay? Yeah, we need to find those people. Out of all of the people out there, there's billions of people, okay? There's definitely enough to go around. There's enough to go around, okay? We have to be coming at this with a mindset of abundance instead of lack. There is definitely enough to go around. And when we understand who our people are, we can find them, guys. And the way that we find them is we become super specific about what we're sharing and the message that we're sharing, okay? We do the opposite to what 90% of yoga teachers are doing, which is being the small fish in the big pond, and we become the big fish in the small pond, okay? We become the big fish in the small pond, and we start reaching our people where there's less competition, less messages being thrown at people. We speak directly to our people, and that is powerful. That is powerful, okay? Yes, give me a high five, sister. This is what I want you to do, okay? This is what I want you to do. So make a decision today, guys. This is what this training is about today. I'm not telling you how to find your niche. I want you guys to walk away from today having made a decision that you are going to explore this, okay? You're deciding today that having a niche is the best option. It's the only option for our business, okay? Are we on board? Lots of you on board on Instagram. Well done, guys. What about on Facebook? Come on, guys, don't be quiet on me. Tell me you're on board with this. Tell me you're on board. Make that decision today. If there's anything you're going away with, it's that, okay? We decide that this is important for our business. Yeah, we decide. We decide that today, okay? So, like I said, I'm not going to go into the nitty gritty today of how you find your niche, but I will leave you with some journal prompts, okay, and some questions to explore. So everybody grab a pen and paper, and there will be another training coming soon that I'm going to give you some tools to do the work to find your niche, okay? So that's exciting stuff to look forward to. But for now, we're making the decision. On board. Well done, Jacqueline. We're making the decision that this is what we're doing in our business. We're niching down, and then I'm going to give you some journal prompts, okay? So first of all, I want you to I want you to start paying attention. Okay, so this one sounds simple, but it's actually a really fundamental piece of finding your niche. And it's often overlooked. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to start paying attention to what lights you up and what drains you. Okay, so journal on that first. What lights your fire and what drains you? What lights your fire and what drains you? Okay, because connecting to what we love and what we're passionate about is a really, really good first step. Yeah, because as you build your business, you want to be building something that you are going to love for years and years to come. Yeah, so that's the first thing I want you to have a think about, and just get your journal out and start writing out about it. And then the next one, yeah, lots of you convinced over here as well. Brilliant. The next one, I want you to think of one student that was a dream, okay? So this might be an existing student or a past student, but it's one student that you thought, oh, if only every student was like this. You know, working with this student really lights me up. So you probably have a face who's popped into your mind. And really, that's your ideal client. That's your ideal student. Okay, that's who you want to be marketing towards. So have a think about that as well. You know, when has there been a time where you've worked with someone, where you've you know, taught someone and worked with someone, and they were just a dreamy person to work with. Okay, so there's a couple of things that I want you to have a think about and to journal on. And please do come into the Facebook group. If you do this today or even over the weekend, come into the Facebook group and share with us what came up on with this. So let's have some little discussions about niching inside the Facebook group. It's a really great place to have these discussions, to get support from other teachers who are all going through the same journey. As I said to you guys watching me now, you're ahead of the curve. You're thinking about these things in your business, and most teachers aren't doing that. Okay, so make sure that you use the Facebook group to really share what's coming up and to get support from other people as well. Okay, so to summarize today then, the goal for today is for you to truly decide that a niche yoga business is the option, okay? That this is the option for you. And also to understand what a niche is and why it's important for your business. So that's what we've mostly been talking about today. We've been talking about why. And then to start with these journal prompts, okay? To start with these journal prompts. And if you're just joining now, you can go back and watch the replay. It will be on IGTV, on Instagram, and the video will be here in the Facebook group as well. If you've just joined, you can go back. We will finish up now, but do make sure that you're on my email list. I'll be sending some information out very soon about the next part of this training, which is really about finding your niche. So if you want to stay in the loop on that so that we can go through this journey together over the coming weeks, make sure you're on my email list. Go over to digitalyogaacademy.com or the link in my bio. You can go and sign up there as well. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you for being here today. I really, really appreciate you joining me and learning and putting yourself first to really kind of learn and grow in your business. And yeah, sending you all lots and lots of love. If you've got any questions, please do send me a message. You can DM me or send me a message on Facebook, and I will see you guys next week. Thank you guys. Take care. Bye. See you soon. See you soon.